Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Here's your host, Fletch, with today's tips.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety on 911tips.com. Your go-to source for the latest news and innovation in emergency response and public safety. This is Fletch. I'm VP of Public Safety at 911 Informed, and today we're diving into another great topic. Today we're taking to the skies. Literally, we're talking about drones and their role as the new eyes in the sky for 911. These high-tech tools are no longer just a hobbyist's dream or a cool gadget. They're becoming life-saving essentials for emergency responders. So let's dive into how drones powered by NG911 systems are changing the game in public safety. Let's start with the basics. What makes drones such a valuable tool for emergency response? Well, primarily, drones can provide real-time aerial footage of accident sites or disaster zones. Imagine this. A car crash occurs in a remote area, or a flood devastates a neighborhood. Instead of having to wait for first responders to arrive on scene and then report back the situation physically, drones can be deployed immediately. Equipped with advanced cameras and sensors, they could survey the area, identify hazards, and even locate victims, all while feeding critical information back to dispatchers and first responders in real time. Here's a real-world example. During Hurricane Ian, drones flew over flooded areas, mapping out the safest routes for rescue teams and identifying stranded residents and pinpointing areas where resources were needed the most. Not only did this save time, but it ensured that help was directed to the right places as quickly as possible. It was a technology that made a difference when every second counted. Now let's talk about the sensors on these drones. Drones are not just flying camera platforms anymore. Many drones are equipped with thermal imaging, which is invaluable for search and rescue operations. Whether it's finding a hiker in a dense forest or detecting body heat in a collapsed building, thermal sensors can see what the human eye can't. Some drones are now coming with gas detectors, critical in hazardous material spills or even industrial fires, able to sense danger before sending humans in. The data is fed back directly into NG911 systems and then provides dispatchers and first responders a comprehensive view of the entire situation before responders arrive. But it's not just about what drones can see. It's about what they can do. For example, some drones can now deliver small payloads like medical supplies or life vests. Using this capability, drones can bridge the gap when terrain or conditions make it difficult for ground responders to reach victims. Imagine a drowning victim who's too far out for immediate rescue. Drones could drop flotation devices in a matter of seconds. Then let's not overlook their role in monitoring ongoing situations. Whether it's a wildfire or a chemical spill, drones can provide continuous updates, allowing responders to adapt their strategies in real time. They're not just cool tools anymore. They're actually partners in emergency management. Now, of course, there are challenges that come with drones. Deploying them in emergencies does require skilled operators, and there are regulatory restrictions and hurdles that have to be cleared, especially in urban areas where airspace is tightly controlled. But as the technology value advances, regulations can adapt, and the integration of drones into NG911 systems is only going to grow. So in closing, drones are far more than just cool gadgets. They're revolutionizing public safety response. By providing real-time aerial footage, identifying hazards, and even delivering critical supplies, drones provide first responders a new perspective on emergencies. And when they're paired with next-generation 911 data, the possibilities become endless. It's not just about seeing from above, it's about saving lives from above. So that's it for today's episode of TiPS Today in Public Safety. If you found the episode informative and enjoyable, please remember to drop a like and subscribe so you'll be immediately notified whenever new podcasts are published. Just remember to ring that bell so you'll be notified. Thanks so much for listening, and of course, if you're in public safety, thanks for what you do. Stay safe, take care, and we'll catch you next time.
You've been listening to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Hosted by Fletch and available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Catch past episodes, transcripts, and show notes with source links for each article on 911tips.com. That's 911tips.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to join us each week for the latest on NG 911. I am Spider Harrison, the official 911 voiceover dude. Catch me on Sirius XM on various channels, including 90s on 9, the 10 spot, and on the Weekend Countdown on Hits 1. Or don't regret it for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm good. TiPS is brought to you by 911 Inform, the leading next-generation 911 solution for enterprise compliance with federal 911 regulations. Visit them on the web at 911inform.com. 911 Inform, making every second count when it matters the most.